Last piece of business to mention before we get into our ungodly concoction has to do with another ungodly concoction. Hit the Boys to Men.
It's so hard
to say goodbye to yesterday, because yesterday Panera announced they're killing the charged lemonade.
Oh,
now?
It's like the death is on the other foot.
I know.
I thought after the first 2 dead bodies, they would have gone, "Hey, let's slow the brakes on this, on this killer soda."
Yeah. Well, this is kind of like the Stooges a little bit. They set the mold for punk rock, right? And then they kind of went away, and everyone forgot, and then the movement started getting going, right? They were the evolutionary antecedent for the wave of charged drinks, because now Dunkin' and Caribou Coffee are all like, the dinosaur is dead. It's time for us to scurry out of the burrow and take a shot at this thing. So they now both have their own charged lemonade situations going on.
I don't know what this charged lemonade stuff. Oh, interesting fact. If you take one of Panera's bread bowls and then pour the charged drink in there, it's totally safe. You're just sopping it up with bread. It's totally fine. Well, you need a buffer.
Well, according to them, it wasn't because it killed 2 people. It was because they if you go in their restaurant now, they have a sign that says it's the dawn of a new Panera.
What?
And instead of era. And see,
Are they going to have the Panera's tour?
Yes, the Taylor Swift Panera's tour. That's when, if Panera's still around for her like farewell tour, that'd be amazing. When she's like 70, Panera's.
I've seen something that has happened throughout all of recorded human history is the dawn of a new era beginning after someone was killed.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't want to hear, this has nothing to do with the lemonade killing people. We're changing it because it's the dawn of a new era. Like, just like the dawn of the new era after the Ides of March. It has nothing to do with the fact that just assassinated Julius.
I was going to say, it's the dawn of a new era. We have a train crossing. Is it because someone died when it was just a stop sign? Stop asking questions. It's the dawn of a new
shot
era.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand, man. It's the dawn of a new era.
Yeah.
We're changing things just cause. This war has nothing to do with that. This is just the dawn of a new era.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the death of this man.
We're just mixing things up.
Well, I do think it is partially a true reaction to the fact that Panera is like high school lunchroom quality food, and it's way too expensive.
Way too.
Like, in fact, fuck that. I'll shout out to Miss Ogburn in the Auburn High School cafeteria. Your fried chicken products are 1,000 times better than Panera's.
God bless the cafeteria crew
Chicken
at
Finger
any
Friday.
elementary, high school, or college. They hook shit up all the time.
Look, if you give me
I've yet to have a peanut butter cookie that was better than the ladies at Callaway Elementary. I still have it.
Yeah.
That's real.
If you give me the choice of a caprese chicken sandwich from Panera Bread or a fucking basket of Chicken Finger Friday fingers from Auburn High School, I'm going with the latter every time.
Every time, man, with a good bottle of that Fruitopia out the machine.
Ooh, yeah. We had Shasta, which was only seemingly in high schools, and then just big break, and then only in 99-cent stores in LA. But
that's like one of those like truly like examples of like, if you want to know how rural my area was, we had a Shasta. Like, I didn't even know Shasta came in anything other than a 12-ounce can in Piggly Wigglies and shit. Like, I didn't know you could get they had a Shasta machine. That's like going into a McDonald's and them having Shasta in the dispenser.
That's highfalutin.
But yeah, all their ads in Panera are just like, oh, we now have food that's affordable and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, you should have done that a while ago. Like, your shit. The terrible macaroni and cheese there is like $8 for a little cup of it. And you're like, get out of here.
I never
Once
had
again,
it.
It just goes back to the bullshit of, things are affordable now because you're buying cheaper products to serve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you owe people money in wrongful death lawsuits. Like, of course, your food's affordable now because you're serving even bigger trash.
Well, you heard the thing about the Panera being deemed a bakery, right?
Yes.
Do you know about this, Chris? So in California, Panera, which is demonstrably a restaurant,
Yes.
is classified as a bakery.
What?
Which makes them exempt from certain labor laws because the owner of Panera was like Gavin Newsom's best friend when they were growing up. So it's just like the most naked corruption imaginable.
Wait a minute, what labor laws do you have in a restaurant that you don't have in a bakery?
I think it's something of like if you have to-go bread, you're a bakery. And so
it's like if you bake your own bread, you're a bakery, not a restaurant.
Right.
Governor Gavin Newsom not too long ago announced the California minimum wage would be going up to $20 an hour for fast food workers. But now we're learning that some companies, as you mentioned, will be exempt from this, which brings us to Panera Bread. Because of the franchise, they bake bread at their restaurants. They are not considered fast food according to this new minimum wage law. The law states that restaurants which bake their own bread and also sell it as a standalone item do not fall into the category of fast food. There is now an investigation into this loophole, especially in light of some financial contributions made by Panera Bread franchise owner Greg Flynn, who reportedly donated more than $150,000 to Newsom's campaign. Flynn and Newsom supposedly went to high school together and may share some business dealings. Pasadena Assembly member Chris Holden, who authored the bill, denies any conflict of interest.
If you bake 6 different kinds of baked goods to sell yourself, you've entered bakery territory.
Yeah. Which is why Subway keeps it under 4 loaves. You know?
So it's like, if you're late for work, I get to punish you by putting you in the freezer for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Because we're a bakery. That's how we do things.
Yeah, and Gavin Newsom, he dated my sister.
Gavin said it's
Subway
okay.
just has those cookies and the fucking French bread. They need like 4 more types of baked goods. Like if they throw some cupcakes and that motherfucker, they on their way to bakery status. And then you can stop needing a certain score. You can stop not needing to put rags next to the generator and shit. Well, this is a bakery, not a restaurant.
Well, Subway has those long ass cookies
and churros and pretzels.
So is that it, Narado? Did they break it? Did they break
you need more bread.
Yeah. Pretzels. A churro is considered a confection.
Mm-hmm.
So close to, and in Scotland, their bread is deemed not bread.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love that.
It's got too much sugar in it. It's called bread. It legally is not bread.
Yeah. Oh, it's technically a yoga mat.
just like that conversation we were having off air about growing up shows you how dangerous things were when you were young. And looking at foreign countries does the same thing. We're just woofing down Subway. And we're like, they've got the best bread, and then in Europe they're like, scientifically that's not bread. And it's like, well, fuck.
That's one of my favorite things about doing Hollywood tours with people from other countries is especially Australians. They'll do this thing where I guess they land at LAX late at night. They don't know anything about the area, but they see a McDonald's, which is something they have. And then the next day we're doing a tour and they're like, your McDonald's is just the worst. And I'm like, yeah, we don't have health standards in this country. So most of it is just like, bean slurry, like I'm sure in fact, I can verify the Burger King in France was way better, even during a mad cow scare, which was happening at the time.
We went to Guatemala a few years ago and we were in the airport and it's like, okay, I got to go to the McDonald's in another country. This is my first opportunity. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just in my head. But I think the special sauce, tiny bit more special.
I bet.
Also, they had apple pie and guava pie.
Ooh,
guava
shit.
pie.
Guava pie. That sounds decadent.
I like that.
It's like, I don't deserve this.
Man, if either of y'all come to LA, we got to go to Porto's Bakery in Burbank. They have a guava cream cheese Danish that is about the best thing I've ever eaten.
Just came in my pants.
How are the labor laws?
Well, there's like hundreds of people working there, so probably pretty good, But you would never notice if someone. It's kind of like Chick-fil-A. Like you wouldn't notice if someone just walked off the job, and I can verify that because I did walk off the job and nobody called me for a week. It took them a week to notice I was missing from Chick-fil-A, and when I was 17.
One of our happy partners is gone.
Yeah,
where's Rivers?
Oh my God, I missed the brainwashing session where they come in. So my first day at Chick-fil-A, I was there again very early in the morning. We're making the biscuits, and my manager walks in and goes, "Is everybody happy?" And everybody in unison goes, "Yeah, man, HAPPY. Woo!" And I'm just looking around like, what the fuck did I miss?
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
That's worse than you go to Johnny Rockets and they start belting out My Kind of Town by Sinatra.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, R.I.P. to the Panera Lemonade and R.I.P. to
the two people who drank it and died.
Well, them too. But also I don't know. I'm probably not going back. Like, what am I going to do?
Now you have no reason to go to. Now you got to stop going to Panera.
The only reason to go is that they have free refills on coffee, so you can kind of game the system there over Starbucks, because Starbucks has free Wi-Fi, as does Panera, but Paneras are a lot bigger. You can just sort of sit there for hours on end using their Wi-Fi, and they have refills on coffee. So there's not like a 0% chance I'm going back. It's just not going to feel as good, you know. I'll have to bring some drinks with me. And
it's your favorite neighborhood bakery, so you'll be back.